This week I've gone to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So this is
Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This is James Gunn's last writing and directing job for Marvel before he heads over to DC. And obviously it stars the usual Guardians. They're back again. Spoiler alert for Endgame and everything. This takes place after that. It's basically, it follows the team after Gamora's death. We have obviously new Gamora. Shut up. And it's about the team and Star-Lord dealing with that. The film also introduces Chukwudi Iwuji as the High Evolutionary, and Will Poulter as Adam Warlock, and Maria Bakalova as Cosmo, the dog.
Oh, so it's a girl for Cosmo. That's cool.
Yes.
Cool.
So yeah, this primarily kind of is more Rocket's story than anything. If you've seen the trailers, you'll probably kind of get that feeling from it. We get a lot of backstory about Rocket. We can find out where he came from and how he became to be, and a talking, walking, sentient raccoon.
He's not a raccoon.
He's a raccoon, though, isn't he? But you do find out about why. Throughout the last two films and everything, anytime anyone's ever tried to bring up what happened to him and how he's like he is, he's always shut it down, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And we found out a lot about kind of why that happened. Anyway, this is really good.
Yeah.
A really, really, really good Marvel film. Hasn't been a really, really good one since
that's words we haven't heard in a while.
Since Spider-Man.
95 years.
Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think James Gunn has just I've always liked the Guardians. I really like Guardians 1, and I really like Guardians 2. I know some people don't get on with it, but I just like the characters and the world that James Gunn creates. Like this, like the others, this one, it's full of heart. There's a lot of emotion, laughs. There's a lot of really good action scenes. There's a great action scene in a corridor later on in the film, which is just brilliant, really well, shot really well. Like the music to it's fantastic. And
is it lots of 70s and 80s music as usual?
Yeah, it's typical James Gunn. It's basically the last two films. You know what you're getting.
Needle drops every 2 minutes.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good music at least.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see how much this was pushing the boundaries of a 12A for a Marvel film with the imagery and swearing in this. Can you remember?
Didn't have the first MCU fuck?
Well, I wasn't going to spoil it, but you just did.
Oh, sorry. I just knew that anyway.
But not everybody will. Not everyone is.
Oh, I've spread the word. Spoiler alert, the word fuck is uttered.
Yes, but
I don't know.
I didn't know that, and it was a really nice surprise when it was said, and I was like, huh? So yeah, I was going to say this has done something the MCU has never done before, and leave it at that, but
there you go, guys.
Oodles went full Dean there on us and just dropped a spoiler in.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but the imagery and stuff, it's not even that, not just that swearing, but you remember in the first Guardians where he calls them ear-holes. He doesn't even say arsehole, does he? He calls them ear-holes. And you're like, no one says ear-holes. This just doesn't care. Everyone's a dick. Everyone's an arsehole. Everyone's a prick. They're not.
Do you think this is just showing how society is in general now? Because I noticed that in a lot of things. They will say dick and prick and piss quite often in 12s and stuff like that. I reckon it's just people are just not as uptight anymore.
I'm not really uptight. I don't like my kids swearing, but they hear it, so
yeah, mine do because of the mum.
Well, they hear it on stuff, even kids YouTube stuff comes out with it, and
yeah.
But anyway, there's some really gory moments in it, and it's definitely, if you don't like animals in peril, then it's a really tough film to watch. Because, like I say, this is a backstory on Rocket and the experiments that were done on him. So there's a lot of stuff in that, and
if it's I'm not going to spoil it anymore because I'm not seeing this film. But if it's anything like the book's origins, there's a few animals in it. Yeah,
it's quite brutal, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just really good. It's just really fun, really bright, and like I said, this team together, they vibe off each other really well. Karen Gillan is just great as Nebula as usual, and I've not really noticed this, but she doesn't get enough praise because she's an absolute standout for the first time we see her as Nebula.
I like her voice, mate.
All the way through the films and through.
She talks like this.
Yeah, Avengers and everything. She's always been consistent and really good.
Yeah.
And the evolution from where she is in Guardians to where they are at the end of this, like each of the characters gets like a moment in this. Like it's the film completely comes full circle for everyone, and it's really everyone kind of gets their own thing, and like their arc has moved along, and it's really good. It's a really good send off for him. Will Poulter as Adam Warlock doesn't really get enough to do. He isn't like the Adam Warlock you saw if you played the recent game. He's not this kind of. He is strong and powerful, but he's very.
Is he thick, Adam Warlock?
Yes, he's mature. He's immature.
It's my favourite one. Where he's just a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid, and there's a reason why he is like he is, and it's explained in the film.
Yeah, that's my favourite one. That's good. I'm glad they've gone that direction.
Chukwudi Iwuji,
yep,
as a High Evolutionary, is one of the best MCU bad guys I think we've ever had.
Good.
I think he is outstanding. He's a brilliant actor. If you saw him in Peacemaker, he was fantastic in that. But in this, he is an evil bastard, and he portrays an evil person like so well. Like the stuff that he will go to just get the next evolution in, push evolution and push the boundaries of creation and stuff. Like and it's there on screen and it's shown on screen, and that's what I said about like the horror and the gore being pushed. This is like James Gunn trauma like kind of stuff, but in a 12A, he's pushing that boundary. And the High Evolutionary, what he does in this film and what he's showing he's capable of doing is like it's all there to be seen, and he's fantastic. Like he is really, really good. But yeah, as a trilogy, I've really loved it. I can see the flaws in two, like I said, but I really liked it. It does play on your emotional manipulation at times.
They do, though, don't they?
They're going to do that, especially with it being like kind of the last outing of this iteration of the Guardians. And I just think if anyone had any issues with James Gunn taking over DC and writing and directing Superman, don't. Because
I think we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, if he can bring the heart and joy and humor that he brings to these films into that, then we might actually have a good Superman who isn't mopey and cryy and based in fucking.
I was hoping
sepia
that
tones.
James Gunn would have had Squirrel Girl, but it's not gonna happen now, is it?
No, but he does feel like he uses Cosmo really well. Like that was.
Yeah.
And there's a great kind of scene for Kraglin as well, because he's obviously from the last film
Love Kraglin.
He's taken on like the mantle that's
Isn't that his brother in real life as well?
Yeah,
I think it's James Gunn's brother, isn't it?
Yeah, Sean Gunn. Yeah. He's taken on like Yondu's like kind of mantle as the leader, hasn't he, and stuff. So
yeah, Ravagers.
Yeah, really good. I really, really enjoyed it. It's like up there in my probably
cool
top MCU films.